Coming to you from the beautiful state of New Jersey, with your hosts, Russell Hasenauer, Jason Allentoff, and Jonathan Tuckerman. It's Hey Killer Live!
Oh, look, our picture. Okay, so Tuck moved some wires right before we went on.
Wait, is that why there's a still frame?
Yeah, but give me a second here. Give me a second here. Hello, everyone. So glad to have you here. Tuck needed to go do a thing real quick. Tuck, it says that the camera's not plugged in anymore. What are we to do? I'm going to unplug it and replug it back in.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Whoa, where'd you
unplug it again so I could go through?
No!
Wait a minute. Did you go? Well, why would you do that? Well, did you unplug
Everybody's
it
getting to watch a black screen while this all happens.
Wait a minute here. Get your leg over. Watch the wire.
Are we back? Look, there's Tuck.
I'm back.
He's climbing.
Oh, give me a break.
Hang on.
How did you do that? How did you pull a wire out with your leg?
Changing that, and then we're good. Okay, hi everyone. That's the low quality version. Now I gotta try to make high. Everything was fine.
Well, if somebody didn't have to go to the bathroom, this whole thing would have been averted.
Well, I somehow.
Why didn't you warn him about jiggling the freaking handle when he went in there?
Hang on,
started happening. All right.
This is a great.
And now the toilet
way to start
just
this.
started happening. So when today?
Tuck, I need to unplug it and replug it in again.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Hold the phone. So you're telling me that you knew about this toilet jiggling problem before Russ went into the bathroom. So why didn't you warn him? Don't tell me it just started. Yeah, sure, it started when he went in there and it didn't work.
Now we're good.
Hey, look, we're back on now.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, welcome to the show.
What a time. What a time this has been.
Well, wait a minute. So when the hell are you going to go fix your toilet? You need one of those flapper things.
I can hear it. It's stopped.
Not the jiggling, the flapper, so it doesn't do it anymore.
There's nothing wrong with the flapper. I
think what the fuck's wrong with it?
It's the temperature of the water. That's what it is.
What kind of shit is that? I've never heard of such stupid in my life.
It happens.
Welcome, everybody, to another Hey Killer Live episode, the first of 2019. We originally wanted to do a show on the Friday between Christmas and New Year's. Just didn't work out.
Yeah, you had the sniffles or whatever. No, it's hold on a minute. It's not about being upset. It's about production values. We invite people into your home to do this show. You trip over wires. You pull out the camera. And here's the thing. It's about the toilet. He goes to the bathroom. You don't tell him. You knew he was going to the bathroom. You sat here complaining about how your day was yesterday.
I was hoping...
And you didn't tell him to frickin' jiggle the handle.
It doesn't happen all the time. It happens so many times.
So wait a minute. You just said it just started.
Yeah, it just started.
So when did it just start?
This week.
This week? Okay, so it happened today.
It doesn't. I guess it depends on how you push the handle down. And then everything, the water goes in. And
so are you blaming Russ?
I'm not blaming Russ.
Did he not press it good enough?
I don't feel blamed. I think I'm fine.
It just happens.
So explain to me what the process is. You just blame the temperature of the water. Now you're blaming the handle, but it wasn't the flapper.
No, the
New year, new arguments. That's right, Nathan.
Operation error.
Hi, Nathan.
Welcome to Nathan's Sample Games, who is
Hello,
now in.
everybody.
Happy New Year.
Hello.
Yes, to you. Narwhal Devil is in. Freddie Lopez is in. And I saw Sorry 209 in there for sure at some point.
How did they find out about this? The little bell went off in YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, some people still have their alerts ready for
these. Do people actually follow me
on
on Twitter now?
Is that a thing
I also
now?
tweeted too.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, you gotta ring the little bell.
You gotta ring the bell?
Hit that little bell. That's what my boss says when he goes on. It's part of a thing. He stole it from somebody else as a goof, and now it's become his thing.
Ah.
It's
so he took it.
Yeah, but like blatantly, while the other guy was going, "Please don't steal my thing," and he did anyway.
The bell.
The bell. To go hit that little bell. So it's a thing.
Well deserved. Steal that shit.
Oh, I know, Narwhal. I'm aware. And Tom Gardner says these guys are just too funny.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are funny.
Don't ever
do
we're
that.
hilarious.
I think the camera is still misframed from before.
Look, it's better than
still
it was.
all that back room behind
Do you really want me to start touching things again?
I don't want you to touch a fucking
time.
thing. You leave your hands to yourself. Don't touch anything in here.
So welcome back. It's been too long. This has been like...
Yeah, so, weren't we changing our name to a whole hunk of man or something?
No, that was a joke. Was to call it a whole lot of man.
Whole lot of man. I thought we were gonna.
Oh, Tuck!
Start the.
What?
What are you moving about?
You're just scaring me.
I didn't do anything. The wires are away from me.
Still.
I can't. I'm very uncomfortable.
Yeah, obviously we have hemorrhoids or something.
No hemorrhoids. Not yet. We're old.
They do happen.
Young crowd. You'll understand in a few years.
Hello, everybody.
So,
How was your holiday?
Yeah, hope everybody had a good holiday. We basically took, like, we've been going every 3 weeks, and I think this has been 6 weeks or so since our last one. So it's basically like we missed one because Tuck got sick.
I got sick.
And then busy 1 week.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We're back. That's the important thing. We got 2019 ahead of us. You know, we could have gone with the whole lot of man name, but Jason, should we do like a weight loss thing for 2019? See who could lose the greater percentage of their weight this year?
We could.
As some kind of incentive, like when we were doing the weight loss challenge.
An incentive? You mean there'll be a prize at the end, aside from good health living and all that stuff?
All you can eat eco.
Okay,
sorry.
Wait a minute.
The best hibachi and sushi restaurant around.
Yes.
In the
the Ocean County area.
Ocean County.
Even better. Even better. All you can eat. Well, not all you can eat. We could go to Harold's.
Oh.
Who's with that Harold's?
Then we'll lose all the weight and die at the table because of all the cholesterol.
It might happen.
That'd be worth it at that point.
I just want to be buried in the pickle bar. That's all I want to do.
Well, Jason, I want to lose weight. You want to lose weight. Why don't we do it? Just for bragging rights.
Why not? Okay.
Just for bragging rights.
That's fine. Let's brag about it.
Okay. We'll go by percentage.
We can
Biggest loser.
bring Chad in on this, too.
He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing.
He's got a head start.
Yeah, a couple of week head start. It's like,
don't worry about it. Well, that gives him a disadvantage because it doesn't. Nothing he's lost so far would count.
Yeah, but we're
toward
still
the
going
percentage.
Mexican tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, but don't worry about that. I'm talking. We have a year, Jason.
Okay, so you're saying from now till December, a competition.
Sure.
And the winner gets all you can eat sushi.
No, Harold's.
Oh, I'm Harold's.
We're going to go to
Pickle
Harold's.
bar.
And
are you driving?
I'll drive.
You're driving. Oh, you want to go to Maryland in a couple of months?
No.
For what?
There's a convention.
We're back on the
Why? Who's
convention.
going to be there? Some guy who starred in a 70s sitcom that we don't remember?
Probably, but Maud Adams, who played Octopussy, is going to be there.
Maud again.
Octopussy was played by a woman named Maud?
Yeah.
Maud.
She's hanging on your wall in the other room.
Bad
She
name.
poster there.
She is.
All right, so you're not going to Maryland?
No.
Okay.
Where in Maryland?
At a hotel. I forget the name of it.
My dad lives in Maryland. I can make a trip of it.
There you go.
If there's anybody
There's
worth
an
seeing,
incentive
which
there.
is very different from you for you and me.
Remember. No, wait, hold on a minute. I was invited to something this year.
You know, Jason will be like, "Hey, Russ, would you like to drive 100 miles to Cherry Hill to see Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World?"
I was invited somewhere this year, but I don't remember where. It was a convention.
Ooh, $1,000 bet. Yes, me.
It's a convention, and Bruce Dern is going to be there.
Hi, Sam.
So
Bruce Dern.
Yeah, I don't know if.
Bruce Dern.
I like Bruce Dern.
Okay,
that wasn't
I just don't
wasn't...
remember where this convention is. If that was the one in Maryland or Chicago or New York or New Jersey, I don't remember. I have to look at my records.
Hateful Eight. I loved him in too. They were going more recent there. I know, obviously, what you love.
Well, I love them Black Sunday, and I love them in the Burbs.
Yeah.
So,
but Hateful Eight, he was great in that.
I didn't see that yet.
Oh, you should. It's very good. It's good.
Pinocchio, where are you going?
So we got a few things to talk about that are at least in the title.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I know you'll have a lot to say about the first thing. It's the big news for the last few days. It was a big secret. Well, to some degree. Turns out Dan Aykroyd had dropped little hints. But nobody listens to him when it comes to Ghostbusters 3 anymore.
Yeah.
Because he's been talking for years.
Well, did you see the Walmart commercial?
Oh,
The
Walmart commercial
with the Ghostbuster car and the DeLorean and Kit and everything for their delivery service.
And they all changed.
Oh, yeah, okay,
They all
okay.
changed.
They have like a couple of versions of it.
They premiered it during the Golden
Golden
Globes,
Globes.
I think. Yeah.
That's right, okay,
Which
yeah,
I still watch those. I don't know why.
They were pretty.
the awards that don't matter. Although Christian Bale's thing was funny.
Yeah,
and
it was.
I saw Vice.
I didn't see it.
It's good.
I
and he
I've heard
is...
it's good.
It's creepy how much he's like... He's
I know.
exactly like him. So he definitely deserved it. But Ghostbusters 3, Jason.
Yeah.
You should be very happy.
I'm not sure what to think.
You're a big
Would
Ghostbusters.
you like to know my opinion?
I do very much.
Okay, well, my first reaction to the trailer, obviously, was I was very excited. Oh, this is cool. The original music and the car and, the effect sounds. But then I started thinking, and like as I always do, and I'm thinking to myself, could they possibly recapture the magic of the first two? And I don't know if there's any way of doing that without Harold Ramis in it. I don't know if it's the kind of thing now where, because of the reboot, that it's kind of, I wouldn't say tarnished. I wouldn't say that. And obviously, I guess part of this has to do with the fact that this whole retcon thing, or whatever it's called, where you have multiple universes of the same kind of thing, but it's, well, you have to forget about it, like with Halloween and all that stuff.
I love that one.
It's very distracting to me. Maybe that's just because I'm very linear and literal and linear and the whole thing. So I think I have mixed reactions. I'm excited in some way, and then I'm like, oh God, I hope they don't make it horrible and cheese it up or make it stupid. Well, and then I had liked the reboot with the women in it, but the one complaint I had about that was the fact that they forgot about the first two movies. I thought that they could have kept the universe going, where this could have been Ghostbusters 4, that could have been 3. And I think we'd covered that ad nauseum.
Before you continue,
yeah,
it should maybe be pointed out, because I realized it was kind of under the radar and slipped in there like a day or two ago.
Yeah.
Maybe not everybody is aware of the fact that a teaser was put out there. Wait, okay, here's the context, in case you haven't heard, that the other day a teaser was dropped. Nothing's been filmed yet.
Reitman's son, Jason
Reitman, who is
in Ghostbusters 2 and says, you guys say, my dad says you guys are full of crap at the birthday party.
Oh, him.
So that's actually funny.
That is funny.
So Jason Reitman's directing it. So, and his father's producing it. So there's the connection to the original and the second one.
And they are saying that it's taking place, it is a direct follow-up to the original two Ghostbusters. It's in the original universe.
Yeah. Which is helpful.
So, yeah.
But in my opinion, should have been done at some point in the 90s. I feel like it was... I don't... Okay, so maybe we could kind of go all over the place here.
Okay.
I don't understand, because Ghostbusters 2, released in the summer of '89, was a commercial success. It made a lot of freaking money. It was...
And people our age generally like it.
It was critically, uneven. Like, some people loved it, some people hated it. There was a few in between. It was more in the vein of the cartoon series than it was in the original movie. So there was a tonal shift there. But I don't know why, after they did that one, that it kind of went completely off the table. I mean, I know Bill Murray and Harold Ramis had a falling out on Groundhog Day, which that was filmed in '93. So, yeah, maybe they could have made a movie somewhere in the 90s, but because of what happened, that kind of went away. I heard things that they wrote a script that was something like Evil New York in like the 1990s, like it was like New York,
like a hell dimension
or something.
Yeah.
And they said it would have been too expensive to film it, so they just kind of shelved the idea, and then it became the basis for the video game.
Which the video game story was incredible.
Well, so I think I'm excited about the prospect. I'm disappointed that Harold Ramis has passed away, but what can we do about that? But I'm excited, but at the same time, I don't want it to be like, like I'm winking, like, oh, it's
well, that's kind of what
the
last one, like the female Ghostbusters was.
Well, it was in a way,
and I think that there's a good chance, because of the reaction to that one.
Yeah,
which you can say what you want about. Like, there was a large contingent that went after it just because they didn't like the idea of female Ghostbusters.
Yes,
but I was aware. I think a lot of people just fell somewhere in the middle. And I enjoyed it when we went and saw it.
But then on repeat viewings of the new one,
okay, Jason,
I didn't enjoy it as much as I. Oh, yes. Sorry, I keep interrupting. As on the second viewing or the third viewing.
But what I'm saying is, probably the worst thing about it, and yes, it does get held to a higher standard because it's part of a series that people really like and people have a lot invested in of their lives and are big nerds for. And,
yes.
But after it was over, I liked it. You and I, we were both like, that was really good.
It was funny.
Week later,
I enjoyed it.
Month later, year later, barely think of it, don't care. I never want to watch it again. Not there's anything wrong with it. It's just, why would I watch it again? I saw it. It's not that kind of a movie. It doesn't leave that lasting impression that the other ones did.
Yeah.
I think they're going to tonally, I think is a good chance they will try to stay as far away from that as possible.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Go back to more like an original kind of.
Well, what's interesting, before I get my thoughts on it, the two other tidbits came out today that I saw that came out today. Ernie Hudson came out and said, "Yeah, it's the three of us. We're all gonna."
But
Bill Murray's gonna be there?
Yeah.
But someone wrote something
So you saw this?
Yeah, but someone wrote a follow up to that saying that Ernie Hudson has a a way of just saying whatever he wants.
That's true.
Okay.
That may or may not be true.
That is true. He has done that.
Yeah, but I think Dan Aykroyd confirmed that he's part of it.
Yes.
But that's also because he's a copyright holder.
That was expected. He loves that franchise.
Well, because he wrote it. I mean, that's the other
listen. The only way this is gonna work, and the other bit of information before I go back to what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Nerdist, I think, just put something out today that I saw. It is going to involve kids, meaning taking like a passing of the torch kind of a thing. And I think with the successes of like your Stranger Things, like that we are now, I don't care what anybody says.
Can you imagine if they gave those guys the franchise? Ooh, that would be amazing.
No, but I'm just saying, like, we are in the era where kid actors, like young teenage and young adult, like the kids are better than the adults now.
Yeah.
And I think we're in that realm, but I think I think it's too much right now with the kids. So I'm hoping they're like, late teenagers, like early college kids or something. Kind of like Venkman was a professor.
Yeah.
In a way, like that whole thing where maybe he can still be a professor teaching, which would be
opening scene could be him giving another electric shock.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Hire me right now. Let's go. Let's do it. No, but
hey, I'm getting a little tired of this.
You volunteered, didn't you? Hey, you are.
Literally line for line, it's the same thing, and it's just him being there.
The gum falls out of his mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, but going back, like I think this is the perfect time for something like that. I said without the female Ghostbusters, I don't think this really happens.
True.
And
I think they saw the potential for money. That, because I think if that movie had been tonally better and had been more like the originals, it probably would have made more, because it had a good opening, didn't it? It started strong, but I think fell off real fast.
What they should have done, and I don't care what anybody says, what they should have done was had the main guys. That should have been the passing of the torch.
That would have been fine, because I liked a lot of the cast. Like, the cast was great.
Right. But I think everybody got hung up on it's okay, this is now the political part of it. This is now the time for women. We're going to do all these tentpole things. Let's take off with it.
Well, not just that, but you also have the other side of the ones who never wanted to give it a base. They wanted to attack it not on any kind of merit, just on the idea of its very existence.
Exactly.
And it just kind of got caught up in that crossfire.
And also the other thing too, I think they hit a home run with Kristen Wiig and McCarthy. As the actors. Leslie, I liked them. I liked them in it, but I think from a non-fan or like, it's like, okay, well, we got the other two from SNL.
See, that's curious because I liked the other two better. I liked my two favorites.
I didn't like Kristen Wiig's arc. I don't know.
I'm talking about just performance and characters. My favorites were Leslie Jones, and I'm not
Kate McKinnon.
And Kate McKinnon, too. I feel like stole everything she was in.
They were. I thought the performances were good, but I just think it was bad casting. Not taking away from their talent, not taking away from who they are. I love them on SNL.
Yeah.
And that you could flip a coin with that too. A lot of people hate them on SNL.
I'm not a fan of Leslie Jones like on SNL, which is why I didn't think I was going to like her.
Gotten
but I like her
better. She's gotten better.
She has. You're right. I hadn't seen her since
angry woman screaming at people.
I hadn't seen her since her early years, and I started watching more lately. And she has actually improved a lot.
That movie, the last one, that should have been the passing of the torch, and I think it would have been more critically acclaimed, and that maybe it would have done more money in the box office.
Yeah,
because it's like, okay, now we got Bill. I mean, Bill Murray's in it. Okay, but he's not Venkman.
No, he was.
So that's what you're talking about.
But
that's what you're talking about. Oh, wink, wink.
Yeah.
And you have Ernie Hudson was in it.
Yeah,
Sigourney Weaver was in it. It's like
briefly.
Like that was the bit, in my opinion.
Well, let's throw a theory out there.
That was the big fuck you, wink, wink.
What if one of the big secrets that comes, or one of the things they keep secret? Oh, they get Rick Moranis. That'd be amazing.
He's the villain. I mean, hire me, Reitman. Let's go.
What if they find a way to bring them together? What if it is a
Maybe.
Dan Aykroyd would have no problem making a multi-dimensional story, like arc in the storyline. He loves that kind of science fiction stuff. Like, or possibility, like of what could, like, I'm sure to him it's like no,
but I think, but my personal feeling on that, if you go that route, then you're gonna piss off that legion of
so what?
No, listen, of the people who panned the last one just for the simple fact that they were women, had nothing to do with the good actors or anything. It was just, you can't have a female Ghostbuster, blah 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 blah, all that noise. Even if they kept this plot point secret and they stuck it in this new movie with the original people in the original timeline, I don't think that those people would be happy with it. I think you're going to have a big split. Like, it's kind of a clever idea, but then you're going to alienate the entire audience of the legions of people who were so diehard about the first movie that they wouldn't even give the new one a chance. So I don't know if moving the two in the same direction makes any sense, or they should just say, all right, the reboot was a failed experiment, and we're never going to do another thing about it again. There's not going to be a sequel for that, and it's just kind of a standalone. That was it. I mean, commercially, the film did not do well at all. I don't think it made back its budget.
It didn't.
And it did okay on Rotten Tomatoes, because it wasn't a bad movie.
No,
but I think, like, financially, it was
a good SNL sketch turned movie.
Yeah, if you look at it from that.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I would say that. But
I kind of stole that from Chad, but he's right. Like, he's the one who said that originally, and I'm like, yep, that basically.
Did he see the new one?
Yeah, he's actually watched it. I let him.
It recently?
He's watched it like 10 times. Yeah. He says he keeps putting it on and he can't put his finger on why, but he just keeps putting it on, and then he does enjoy it.
I mean, I own a copy of it on my iTunes, but he
admits its faults. Yeah. But I'd rather, that's for another day. If you ever have him on to, you can discuss that with him, and we can just probably sit back and do nothing the entire show on that one, because he's very opinionated. You're very opinionated. I think it would actually be a good discussion. Okay, so.
I'm excited for it. That's all that I know.
Me too.
I like
the... Wait, hold the phone. I'm not saying that I'm not excited for
We're not saying...
I'm just saying, like, I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about it.
And that's perfectly fair, because what got me excited was the way how the trailer was shot. Now, it was at first, when it came out, here's the other funny thing. At first, when it came out, a buddy of mine posted it, who I don't really talk to that much, and he was like, I hope this is real.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it.
I didn't think it was at first.
Well, I search. You can search stuff on YouTube, and if I see it comes up on like Joe Blow, Collider, Nerd, like they're showing the trailers, I'm like, that doesn't mean it's a legit thing, because I'm looking.
They'll post fan stuff.
I'm looking for Sony.
Yep.
And I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And you click on it, the most the quickest that it was who first posted it.
Yeah.
And Joe Blow was the first one. I'm like, Joe Blow doesn't always do the fan stuff. Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's
what I do for my trailers too.
Yeah, well,
I go there and I go to their TV and game channels.
When it comes to certain properties, like Ghostbusters to me is a big deal. And it's like, well, who first posted? And it was Joe Blow. And I'm like, huh. And then all of a sudden, everybody was posting the same thing. It's almost like,
well, correct me if I'm wrong, at the very end of the trailer it says summer 2020, and then at the bottom on the next screen isn't it a copyright thing where it said Sony Pictures blah blah blah?
It didn't say Sony Pictures.
It didn't?
No.
I don't remember what I saw.
It had Roman numerals. No, it had 4 letters, and I don't think it had anything to do with Sony, which was odd. And that was the other thing that threw me off. I'm like, okay.
Well,
but the trailer was
Columbia
great.
Sell the rights to it? I know Sony and Columbia are the same company.
No.
They didn't sell the rights. Not to Disney or anything.
No.
Disney owns everything.
That would actually, honestly, if Disney owned Ghostbusters, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They'd get it made. They'd find out, like, all right, what will make us the most money and get us the best, like, critical response? All right, let's do it. Let's say Disney's just at that point now.
I do have another thing we could discuss too. It's a Star Wars related thing, but we'll do that.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to that.
But anyway,
let's well, real quick, Nathan Sample has something that
what's
the last thing I'll say on my end anyway about Ghostbusters, the reboot. Yeah. Well, the reboot one
messages
says the original. It's just trolling. The original Ghostbusters had very sarcastic, witty humor. Never seen the new one. Most of those girls had a slapstick style. The opening scene was where I think the new version kind of lost me. Yeah. Because remember the opening scene of the original Ghostbusters with the librarian, and how it's a classic scene and it's not played for laughs. It's
straight laughs.
Yeah, and in the new one when there was like a joke being made like every few seconds, and they were kind of taking the piss out of like any tension that was coming up with that one guy from The Office who was who was the tour guide at the where they were, and he's just making little jokes and saying things that people would not say unless it's a goofy comedy movie.
Yeah.
The movie already, I remember when we first saw it, lost me a little there and didn't get me back till like the second act started. But it's true. I wouldn't say it's on the cast members because I think they all did good.
Writing.
But the writing, the writing, it definitely had that style. I think Dan Aykroyd was right. It shouldn't be a big budget movie, or it shouldn't be a $150 million to $200 million movie. It should be like a $40-50 million movie, and let them, because otherwise you have to put it all on the screen.
Yeah.
I think he was right about that. Keep it relatively low budget.
When I read that's what he said. I was like, he's so like, you don't think about it. It's like you want to try to make the technology look good, and that shit costs money. And I was like, you know what? I said, if they did what they did, which back in the fucking 80s, like, that still looks great.
Practical effects, yeah.
Yeah, it still looks great. Well,
we saw it again, remember? And I remember sitting there going like, ooh, okay, this has aged a little now.
Oh, yeah.
Still enjoyed it. I'm just saying, I could see how somebody who saw it for the first time now, with it being hyped up and everything, would be like, it's okay. Like, I could see that a little bit. But, you're right, it's not like watching a goddamn stop motion.
I wonder if they'll film it in New York on location. That'd be pretty cool.
I think they would have to. They would have to.
Maybe.
They would have to.
They should.
Well, maybe.
I mean,
the second one was filmed in L.A.
You know something? There was a lot of stuff. A lot of projects are being shot in New York now. All of a sudden, I mean, you got the new Joker movie coming out. John Wick.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for John Wick. It was cool.
It's fucking phenomenal.
That's gonna go.
I'm so behind with what's going on.
John Wick will go down, I think, as one of the better action trilogies of all time. As long as this one holds up to as long as this one is up to the level of the first two.
The trailer? Are you kidding me?
I know.
How could it not?
I'm talking like when you go see it. Hopefully, it doesn't. Nothing. Hopefully, nothing bad happens with it. We don't know.
That's true. That's true.
But it looks pretty great.
Yeah.
Hi, Filmland Studios. How you doing? And Joseph Rodriguez. Welcome everybody who's watching. We've been talking Ghostbusters.
Everybody got questions? Whatever.
Yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. If anybody out there is watching the new season of True Detective, let us know, because that's the next thing I want to talk about. Jason, you have not seen any of the shows.
I haven't even seen a clip of the show. I don't even know what it's about. Nothing.
Okay.
I know nothing.
I mean, it's a show about cops. It's nothing crazy, but it's the style and the presentation.
Yeah, the style, the presentation.
It's very dark.
Is it a Netflix program?
No,
or is
HBO.
HBO.
Oh, okay.
It's very dark. It's very depressing.
Oh, I gave up on trying to watch that movie, The Dinner with Hervé. Was that when I told you? I just completely gave up.
But Tuck and I, like, okay, so we watched the first season. You watched all of season 2. I only watched like half of it, but it wasn't because I didn't like it. I know a lot of people were hard on it. I really liked it. What I watched, I just didn't finish it.
So my question is, see, I liked the second season.
Yeah.
And I think what everybody has a problem with, and this was going to stem my question that I wanted to present, was after the second season, yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one. But let me ask you guys, if we didn't see the first season and the second season was the start, like you know, that old question, oh, how do you watch the Star Wars movies? This is the best way to watch it in order, blah blah blah, that bullshit.
It might have been received better.
I think it would have been received better because the first one caught us all off.
True. And Matthew McConaughey's thing, that was the beginning of his like resurgence as, oh hey, he's not a rom-com actor anymore. Now he's a really good actor who does these prestige projects. Exactly. And that was kind of the beginning of that.
And I love the cast of the second one.
I did too.
I love the cast. It's unbelievable. And you got to see the Rachel McAdams in a role that you haven't seen her
and hey,
before.
How you doing?
And even Vince Vaughn was really good.
Was my favorite. He to me was like how things were with McConaughey, where you're like, oh, I didn't expect this from somebody. But most people didn't respond to him that way. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that Vince Vaughn he has a certain unlikability.
There's a certain stigma about him
because he has a sleazy image that he comes off. It's the characters he's played over the years, I think.
Yes, and also you don't expect him to be a man of power.
He comes off like a used car salesman.
Okay,
to most people, I think, and I think they get turned off by his like slimy nature.
Yes,
but that's just the characters he's played, and he's done very well as over the years. But I think people got annoyed with him.
Exactly. And but
it was maybe too much to suddenly see him have to be so serious.
Yeah.
Even though I thought he did a great job.
I thought I really liked that season. It not as good as the first one, but then I go back to that question. If you watched season 2 first and then you started with season 1, it's like, oh my God, they upped the game. Or do you think they would have upped the game? Because that to me, it fell flat. It didn't up the game. I didn't think the content was as brutal as the first one.
Well,
which now we can dive into these first 2 episodes of season 3.
I will say one thing about
diving. Don't say anything.
No. Honestly, there's not much we could give away to you yet because not a whole lot has happened.
The other episodes.
Not a whole lot has happened yet. It's really just still in the setup mode.
So wait, it's like American Horror Story where every season stands on its own?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't necessarily...
But not the same cast every year.
Oh, okay. Kind of like how... All right, yeah. All right.
So, one thing I was kind of hoping to get out of this show, like, I liked how they went from... what state were they in the first... Was it Louisiana? Was it... It was somewhere in the South.
Yeah, it was definitely in the South.
Was it Texas? Was it Texas?
It might have been Texas.
Well, either way, it was like a very rural part of the South. Swampy. That's why I'm thinking Louisiana. Or in that area.
Hot, musty,
but it wasn't Florida.
muggy.
And it had its own feel. And then to switch up entirely and go to California for season 2, to me, I kind of liked the idea that every season would jump around and have a different feel based on where it is geographically. Third season is in Arkansas. And I know why they did it, because now they're like, oh, it feels more like the rural areas of the first one. So I was a little, not disappointed. I was just like, okay, I get why they did it. First 2 episodes I thought were really good.
Oh, phenomenal. Again, the cast is incredible. What's his name? That's playing, what's his name partner?
Stephen Dorff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Okay, tell me
and
this.
He's great.
Does he, when he has his 1980 wig on, does he look like Dennis Quaid to you?
Bit.
I saw him, I'm like, oh my God, he looks like... I'm going to pull up a picture so you can tell me. It'd be a new game called Stephen Dorff or Dennis Quaid.
No,
because
it looks good. Oh, and the actor who I love that's playing the father of the missing kids. Love him. He is in
Scoot
everything.
McNairy.
Yes.
His name's Scoot. You'd think he'd be a goof. He's one of the best dramatic actors. He was on
my favorite show,
Netflix. He was the sheriff, or the almost blind sheriff, not sheriff.
Oh, I was talking about my favorite show. He was he was the star of my favorite show, Halt and Catch Fire.
Okay,
I thought he was great in that, and I hope they do it. Completely side note: Narcos on Netflix. If you guys haven't seen any of the Narcos, he's in the final episode. He's in the final scene of Narcos Mexico. He's they announced they're doing season 2.
Yeah.
And I hope this gang that go in, it's all a true story. You don't even have to see it. You can look it up. And Mexico in the 80s when they killed the FBI agent in Mexico.
Okay.
That's what Narcos Mexico was about. It was about
Dennis Quaid there.
That's not Dennis Quaid?
It's not Dennis Quaid.
It looks fucking Dennis.
I'll pull up the picture on the display capture real quick.
So anyway,
continue.
And when that happened, when they killed the FBI agent, that was like the first time in... And then the U.S. government sent everybody in, and it was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
So at the last scene, Scoot McNairy's character, they drive into Mexico and they bring all and there's like 4 Americans and they're just unloading. They have like a list. It's like, remember he looks to all the guys. He's like, remember everything and burn this. Oh. And they're unloading weapons like to go in and just start to stir shit up. Wow. But anyway, and I hope season 2 has him, and it's about it. And it's about that gang going into Mexico and going after everybody.
Real quick. Look.
That's Dennis Quaid.
It looks like Dennis Quaid. It's the hair. I think that helps, because when I saw shorter hair, like the scenes that they show on the preview for 1990, he doesn't look as much like him. Yeah. It's just that hair. That's what does it to me.
But anyway, Scoot McNairy plays the father, and he, like, to me, he stole that those first 2 episodes. I thought he was phenomenal.
He was great. If you like him, you should watch. I wish it was a one-word name. Lawless, maybe? I can't.
Yeah, I heard
the Netflix
Lawless.
show.
Yeah,
he plays like the sheriff, I think, of the town, and his eyes are like really bad, like so he's kind of just like can't do anything. So you feel real sorry for him all season, but he's got a great arc in that.
And also too, he was in the Batman versus Superman.
Was he? Who did he play in that?
The dude in the wheelchair. He blew up.
Oh,
yeah, that was him.
At Congress or at the congressional hearing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was in that. Like you look up his credits, you're like, holy shit, this guy's been in a lot of stuff. I love it.
I'd like to as a quick shout out to as Narwhal was bringing up. He mentioned Ben Monster. You guys don't know Ben Monster. It's a show that I watch whenever they do a live show. They're actually, anybody who's watching right now, just so you're aware, they are going to be on at 10 p.m. ish tonight. Usually, sometimes it goes a little later than that, but it's a live show hosted by a monster. It's a puppet, but don't say puppet. It's a monster.
Oh,
and
you fucking guys.
Oh, we got to talk about that. Okay.
Oh, you fucking
so
guys. So anyway, wait, before we
okay, that'll be the next thing. I totally forgot about that. Okay, we'll talk about that in a sec.
I watched it too because I was like, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
Oh, I have it in dark mode, Nathan.
Dark mode? Okay. Alright, dark mode. We're in dark
for
mode.
OBS.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know what that is. But anyway.
Oh, wait, no, it's at home. I have it on.
Jason, are you working?
Not here.
No, I'm arguing with people.
So keep going. True Tay, he's...
Yeah. No, man, I'm pumped. I love everything that's going on. I like the time jumps.
I won't say anything about it because there is one or two things that I wouldn't want to tell somebody ahead of time. The twist at the end of episode 1 got me. I was like, ooh, okay, all right. Because I was worried it was going to feel too similar.
No, it was the episode 2, the twist.
No, episode 2 ended with him older outside.
Yeah.
Episode 1 ended with him finding out why they were even questioning him in the first place. And when they said why, it was like...
No, that was the end of episode 1.
Yeah, end of episode 1 is what I said.
Oh, shit, I'm getting it all.
Yeah.
I hate the I hate the 2-hour premiere. I love it, but I don't like it because I want to go back and watch them. Yeah, no, you're right, the twist. That whole with the daughter, that's awesome.
Horror Beauty Effects, hello, welcome.
Beauty Effects.
We just started. We talked a little bit about Ghostbusters 3. We just talked True Detective, and now we got to talk about this.
All right,
Narwhal's got the link there for everybody. Twitch.tv/Tuesdays with Ben Monster. They are currently banned from streaming on YouTube because
Please tell me it was something I did.
No.
Wait, who's banned?
Okay, so there's a live show that I watched called Tuesdays with Ben Monster. It's hosted by a monster named Ben and a robot named Don. Robot Don.
Is this an animated series?
No, it's a live show. These guys, they're from Long Island.
Oh, okay.
And they do a live show. And they have a bit that they do called Stranger Danger, where they go on chat roulette, and they don't keep the screen up. Okay. Just in case, but they do have a ding dong counter, and it's a dancing sausage with a number next to it. Because you know what chat roulette is?
No,
it's where you just you log into chat roulette. It scans to make sure there's a face there, so they know there's somebody there, and then you just hit it, and you're randomly connected to somebody else. The problem with chat roulette is a lot of people go on there just to jerk off. So they don't. That's why they don't put it on, and they screen them first, and they have a little counter in the upper left.
Wait, how many? They go on there to do that.
Well, they talk to people.
Person? For what reason?
They talk to people.
Like, women on it or something?
No, anybody.
Chat roulette was supposed to be like the next stage of like your AOL Instant Messenger with video.
Oh,
so it was kind of like, you know how in AOL you went into random chat rooms and you could just talk to whoever the hell you wanted.
Back in the old days, yeah, I remember that.
This was like the next generation.
ASL, remember that? ASL.
My personal favorite was oh my god, I forgot. ICQ. That was my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Love that.
Remember that?
Oh, that service, yeah.
So
but that's chat roulette, the new version.
Okay.
So anyway, they do that, and they get some very interesting people. They'll talk to just random people who are on their cams from like the other side of the globe, and they'll interview them and get to know them. You know what I mean? It's fun. Bizarre. So they did a game show that they had Chad and I on for. You guys, that link that Narwhal posted, you can go check their most recent show. Chad and I were both on, and we did a game show called Your Trash, where they just went back and forth between us and asked us questions. And they said we could phone a friend. That's when I called you. Remember when I called you? But then I immediately was like, oh no, because it was late. I forgot how late it was. Remember when I said I butt dialed you?
Inviting me out for dinner or something.
Well, it wasn't that. It was actually a game show.
Oh, I could have taken the call.
I did connect to Tuck, though. Oh. And I had to be like, Tuck, I gotta be quick about this. I'm on a game show. And you were like, okay.
Hold on, before you continue.
So what was your end of that like?
I was actually in bed. I was it wasn't too late. It was like 10:30 or whatever it was. I didn't feel well. All I wanted to do...
You sounded like you didn't feel well. I felt bad. I thought you were...
No. All I wanted to do...
It was the night we were supposed to do this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was sick.
Yeah, he was.
Why would you call him?
No. That was the week after. This is when he was
Never mind.
Recording that week. That's why. Or at the studio. That's why.
I came home and I immediately went to bed. I just didn't feel well. And I was cranky again. I've been very cranky so far this year. But,
yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Look at that toilet broken.
So I go, toilet's fine. So I'm laying in bed. I'm watching something on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, right.
I was. If I said if I was watching porn, I would have said I was watching porn, but I wasn't
going there.
I didn't feel well. I wasn't in the mood.
Okay. You should have heard his voice.
So I was.
All right, I'm just going to go like this. It's easier.
Okay. Good.
Don't break your glasses.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh shit,
they're falling.
Oh no.
So now you get my end of the stick here. And,
no sticks.
So I call and I need to find out what 1970s comic
that was too.
1970s comic was
Archie.
Who did Archie meet when it was like, well, I can't even remember what the name of the comic book line was, but it turned out the answer was Jesus. I guess Archie and the
I went back Jesus. And I watched it just
okay.
for that fucking question.
Yeah. So the next question after that, because we had to keep it moving, so I'm like, all right, I gotta go by. The next question, Chad was like, I don't know the answer. You know what? I'm gonna call somebody. He calls Tuck.
He calls me right after.
And he's like, Tuck, I'm on a game show, and Tuck's like, yeah, I know. Russ just called me about that. He's like, hey, shut up, Tuck. I gotta get this question to you.
Can they hear what you were saying?
Oh yeah,
he was on speaker. I'll show it to you later.
All right.
It was pretty great.
Yeah, his question.
So what happened? Why did it get banned?
Oh, okay. The banning was because on Christmas, like near Christmas, they played a public domain Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians or something. One of those. It's an old it's a 60s movie. It's public domain.
It's not copyrighted.
Turns out it's not public domain worldwide. In the U.S. it is, but in some countries over. Funny enough, that was the same episode where they accidentally had a dick on screen for like a second, and they were like, "Oh!" and that was not what got them banned.
So the dick on the screen did not get them banned. It was the fact that they showed a not public domain film in this. Well, it's public domain in this territory, but in foreign markets, it's actually a copyrighted material.
Yes. Funny enough.
Very funny.
So everybody, that link that Narwhal had earlier, Narwhal, if you want to post it again, everybody should follow. Because, around 10 p.m. Eastern time tonight, they're going to be doing a show. I'd send everybody there when we ended, but we're not going that long. Yeah. So
and actually, since you talked about public domain and all that stuff, this isn't on the Q thing here, but did you hear about the Star Wars Theory fan film? No. Really? Because this made, like, headlines all over the place. So there's a YouTube page called Star Wars Theory, and it's this. I don't follow it.
I feel like I've heard of it.
The only thing, it's probably one of the best like Star Wars YouTube channels that's out there, but he doesn't talk about like the news or anything. Like like everything he does on the page is just Star Wars related.
Right.
So I'm gonna try and make this the short version because you guys really have no idea. So a year and a half ago, him and a couple of other people come up with an idea. They're going to write a script. They want to do a fan film. Mm-hmm. So the owner of Star Wars Theory, he's just one guy. He doesn't know how to write a script. He doesn't know how to do this. So he gets people together. Then they're going to do a fan Vader film. He contacts Lucasfilm. Mm-hmm. And he goes, listen, I want to do this. And apparently Lucasfilm is cool with everybody doing fan films.
Really?
Yeah, but you can't make any money on it. These are the rules and guidelines. It's
there's so many fan films.
You can't monetize it. You can't use any original content. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can take the characters. It has to be your money. You can't crowdfund. You can't do anything. It literally has to be your money. It's like, you wanted to do that? It's like, okay, Russ, here's how much money. Don't tell anybody you got it. It's your own money. So he could get private investors for it, but it can't be crowdfunded. Mm-hmm. So Lucasfilm gives them the blessing. Go for it. So he makes it. He releases it about 2 weeks ago, and it pops up, and it's everywhere. I watch it. I'm not a fan of fan films. I love Star Wars, but I'm not really into it. And I follow some people on Collider and Nerdist, and they're like, yeah, you guys should really watch this. This is pretty good. It's only like, I think it's like 15 minutes long. Mm-hmm. It's fucking good. All right. It is really,
I would check it out.
It's actually really good. So the response is incredible.
I'll watch it. The people who are like, how does Russ not know about it? Why would I'm not a Star Wars? I'm not a Star Wars super fan. Don't ask me. So you know what? I like Star Wars like I like any other movies. I'm not a huge super fan of it.
So here's the next step.
I don't know Star Wars either. Enigma Champ.
So here's the next step. A company that is owned by Disney. It said it got claimed like 7 times. Mm-hmm. And so the poor freaking guy wakes up and he gets a notice from YouTube, like the YouTube people, and they're like, yeah, your stuff has been claimed. And he looks to see who claimed it. And it turns out the top claim is owned by Disney. And there's like a few seconds of a rendition of the Imperial March. Mm-hmm. Music from John Williams. It's a rendition of it. It's not the whole thing.
It's not the original either, right? It's a redo.
It's a redo, but it's like 3, 4, 5 seconds of the theme, and that's just enough. So they claim it. It's monetized. They went on the page. They had to act. Any money that is now made is now going to this Disney-owned record label.
Oh my god!
So the dude is. I mean, I'd be pissed too. So he puts out a video.
I don't give a shit, Enigma Champ. He's like, I lost so much respect for you for not loving Star Wars. Fuck off.
Oh, that's mean. That's mean. I don't give a shit. I'll just say this. I'll tell Enigma Champ my problem with it. When I was a kid, my father rented the VHS tape of The Empire Strikes Back before the first one. What was the first one? New Hope?
Oh, you watched Empire first.
Yeah, so I had no idea what the hell was going on. And I was a kid, and I had no idea. So then I eventually watched, in the re-release of the films, I guess, as actually versions, I could never get into them. Then I saw episode 1, and I was like, what's this Jar Jar thing? And I kind of never got into it. And I've said to you guys, like, eventually I'd like to sit down and watch the whole series. Yeah. But I don't have time because I have children now.
Yeah.
It's good to get the kids involved.
It's actually...
Eventually, yeah, sure.
And it's okay. I've been waiting for the day when that would probably happen because he's actually an old troll from the old, like... He'd been banned from, like, Twitch and YouTube channels. I knew the day would come. I was just waiting to see what would do it.
So, all right. Yeah. I'm just trying to be friendly. So I'm too busy fighting with people on Twitter right now about John Landis.
Oh, there you go.
As soon as I saw that name in there earlier, I'm like, see.
Well, because anytime I have this thing, like anytime someone praises John Landis in any way, I'm trolling.
Yeah, we'll talk about. Yeah, we'll talk
please,
about.
I'm now in a fight with someone who just said. So I said, "There's blood in his hands." So someone wrote, "We all have blood in our hands." I'm like, I don't.
You know what you did.
I got no skeletons in my closet.
Please, it's a hot button issue.
So anyway, the guy comes out and he tells the fans, he's like, so this is what happened. You could not, if you want the definition of like a professional like YouTuber, like what you do, what Chad does, and all this stuff. This guy did it perfectly. Mm-hmm. He was not malicious. He's like, dude, I'm just here. I had no intentions on making money. I do this for a living. I would like to make money, but I'm a fan. This is what we do. Lucasfilm did this. So he felt like he was slighted. Mm-hmm. And clearly he was, but he didn't know by who. Was this Lucasfilm? Was it this? Was it that? So I guess behind the scenes he's making phone calls or whatever.
They're trying to find out.
Trying to find out what's going on. But he posts this video, goes, guys, this is what happened. And everyone's telling him, take the video down. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to take it down. It's for you guys. If they want the money, they can take it. You know? And
that's pretty noble.
Yeah, so the guy was really cool.
But is the problem that there are too many copyright holders involved? Is that the issue?
No, it was just this thing with the music.
But he got permission from Lucasfilm to do it.
But Disney owns Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Disney owns all. This company owns it. They're the company that they handle all the soundtracks or something like that. Okay, it's like the record label,
or BMI or something.
Whatever it was, I don't remember the name of the company, but anyway, Like, not even 24 hours later goes by. This guy's getting interviewed by Collider, Nerdist, and he's telling the story. Not even 24 hours goes by.
Yeah.
He wakes up. YouTube says everything is gone. Like meaning the monetized gone. They pulled back. They pulled everything back. Lucasfilm stepped in and said, "No, you're not doing." And I thought that was awesome.
Wow.
I was like, and the dude, and like I said,
well, did he originally get it in writing that he had the blessings to do it?
Somebody asked that question.
Yeah.
And
hey, Brandon.
There's a if you guys go on Collider, I don't know if anybody saw this. The guys from Collider did an interview with him, and the one dude asked him. He goes, "Was there anything written?" He's like, "No," and you heard it in his voice, like, yeah. But everyone did say they're like they defend the creator of the fan film. They're like, we get it, but it's also dick that Disney went after this guy. You know, even though he's a big proponent of the community. For
so
Star
it was
Wars.
definitely Disney that went after him, or was it the record label? And is Disney
Disney's
the record label?
Disney's the record label. It was like they were sitting around, they saw it. It was like, oh, we have the ability to claim this, and that's what it sounds like. What happened? Like the heads probably have no idea that this has happened until Lucasfilm calls and says, "Hey, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, leave them alone.
Leave them alone."
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's good. Yeah, I'm glad it worked out right.
Like you being a YouTube content, I would have thought you would have saw this, even if you
I didn't. No, honestly, YouTube I don't follow as much anymore. I've mostly, almost entirely moved over to Twitch. There's like one YouTube channel I still watch.
Can I go on Twitch?
Yeah, you can.
Anybody can.
But isn't it only for video games?
No.
So Twitch.
No,
is
people do.
So I can put my Jason Allentoff show on Twitch.
Sure,
well, you can, but people don't really go on Twitch to watch uploaded videos. You can upload videos. People go there to watch live content.
Oh, so if I was doing a live show like this,
yes.
So why are we on YouTube and not Twitch?
Honestly, I've thought about it, and I do want to do that eventually, but not until we kind of rebrand and figure out, get some like
a new opening.
New opening, get some new production. I don't know. Maybe after the day comes where I get to move back to this area, which maybe
we got to do a cheesy opening like an old ladies TV show.
I would love to. If you know what, that's the kind of thing I'd love to actually. Maybe at dinner tonight we can brainstorm ideas.
That sounds good.
I think eventually this should move over to Twitch, or at least do a simulcast, because there are services that make it possible to go to both.
That's cool.
I think we may do that eventually.
Yeah, no, I thought that was interesting, and this all happened within the last like week or so.
That's cool.
And I was like following it. I was like, but the thing is, you gotta. Well, you're not into it though. But where they left off, like he's doing a second one. Like there's going to be a continuation.
Be more careful with the music that he uses.
Oh, more than likely, or they may just say you could use the same theme. It's up to you.
You don't want to start going after a fan film, like.
Especially because and I didn't know this.
Stuff's only good for the property.
Yeah, and I didn't know this until I'm seeing, this new news being, put up in front of me. It was like I never realized that, like Lucasfilm, when George Lucas had it, I didn't know they used to have contests for stuff like that back in like the 90s and the 2000s, where like now anybody can pick up a camera and do stuff. Like, they used to have contests for all that stuff. I was like, oh, wow, I wish I knew that. I would have been making you do Star Wars shit.
I wouldn't have done justice to any Star Wars shit. I'm sure Chad could have come up with some ideas and stuff. Yeah. It was funny.
To be fair, you have your claim to fame with Star Wars.
I have to have... True, we did do that.
Yeah.
And we should do more of those.
Porkins.
The most watched video on our channel.
That's right.
It's a shame it has that whole indie mogul thing at the end, because it's very out of place now.
Yeah.
But I actually thought that Chad and I should.
You made no money on that.
We
did make money on that?
We did when we got on a network. I don't know if we do anymore, but we did it for a time. Okay.
That and the Evil Dead thing too. The Evil Dead thing, you guys. That has
the Evil Dead thing went well, but that's also on. Mainly, that was on Indie Mogul's channel. Those were fun, but again, a lot of that was me doing properties that and this is where my sort of attitude on a lot of things has changed as far as what I want to do going forward with myself, is because like a lot of times it was just like we did a Star Wars thing. Oh, Chad's got an idea and he's a fan. Sure, I'll help. I'll make this happen. Evil Dead, it's kind of the same thing. They came to us as if like we're like, I like Evil Dead, but Chad's the Evil Dead fan, and basically a lot of the projects like that are me just going, yeah, sure, I'll do that. When people, Chad and I were so much like this, like people thought that we were like the same person with that stuff. Yeah. And I always was like, no, I like, I'll help, and I had fun with it.
Wait, you weren't?
No, I know, surprisingly. Hate to spoil that for everybody. It turns out we're two different people. There was, oh God, Joseph, it was so funny. Joseph Rodriguez put up a tweet that so perfectly sums up what it's like to be the creative partner to Chad. This is my experience. It sums it up. I think it's very funny, Joseph. Where it was like if Chad does something funny, people will be like, look at this funny thing Chad did. Me calling you, it's like, I think I did something funny. And it's a screenshot of Chad and like, look at Chad react to Russ do something. I was like, God damn it. What about me, Joseph? What about me? Well, but no, I actually thought it was very funny.
Oh, we did the video, No Chad, No Russ. Remember?
No. Yeah. But you did. I love that.
Remember that video?
I would love to do more of those. What we need to do, Tuck, I want to talk to you guys more at dinner tonight about what we can do shooting wise going forward. Because I didn't even really get to it. I was going to talk about the equipment that I got.
Oh yeah,
over the holidays.
What is that, a man purse? What the hell is that thing?
Yeah, it's a messenger bag.
Messenger bag.
That's what it is. It's made for the thing.
I know,
that's
just being an asshole.
I know. Hey, you admitted it.
Oh, of course.
You're being an asshole.
So,
what were you going to say about the John Landis thing?
People enjoy John Landis movies.
I know him on Twitter whenever I can. Yeah. When everybody puts him on a pedestal, I try to knock him down as much as I can.
That's the only let people enjoy his movies. He wrote Clue, right?
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite comedies of all time.
Oh yeah, his movies were great, but you know what? He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if some major publication wants to do a big retrospective on John Landis, makes sense. When one guy goes on Twitter and is like, I like a movie, John Landis's. Just let it go.
The thing that bothers me is whenever he does a talk show or an interview or whatever, nobody has the stones to bring up what happened, except for that Tony guy who runs Fangoria, who had him on an interview and actually got him to talk a little bit, and then he quickly changed the subject when he kept asking questions about it. But I am obviously obsessed with this. This is my dream film project.
I know.
And
adapting the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I know who would play Vic Morrow. Michael Shannon.
He could. Yeah.
You know, his face, he looks just like him.
You're totally right.
So anyway,
look at this. We are gonna start shooting things on phones. This is an anamorphic lens for your phone. I give this to you. It's obscured a little bit because of the controls, but look around with it. Look at us. Look at...
Oh my god!
Shine it into the light. Get those lens flares going. This, I don't have anything to show right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out tonight when we go to dinner, get a few test shots, and the next time we do a show, in probably a few weeks, hopefully, I'll bring the footage and show... We'll talk more about these lenses and stuff.
How the hell... Wait.
I know.
Is that scope? It looks like scope.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And it does the flares correctly. It does the stretch. Like, you can use it in... I'm using it in its own app. Like,
where'd you get that thing from? Can you buy it for the iPhone too, or no?
Yes.
You can. Where'd you get it? Give me the order form.
It's a company called Moment.
Hold on a minute. Let me record this.
Okay.
He's gonna buy it right now.
It's called Moment.
No, it's probably like $5,000 or something.
10.5 years later, Happy New Year 2009. I really wanted to shoot that, but yeah.
What's the name of this?
It's called Moment. You can find their stuff at shopmoment.com.
Shopmoment.com. Yeah. And it's an anamorphic widescreen scope lens.
Yes, and they make them for the iPhone as well.
How much was it?
Did you see that?
120 something like
120 bucks?
Maybe 100. I can't.
That's it.
Like 150, I think.
I'll buy two.
Well, good. I think you'll. I still think the iPhone has the best camera out of all the phones.
Holy cow!
Oh, you can.
That's.
This looks good in there. You can also use it in other.
But like I'm going from directly into the light.
Yeah.
Into.
Well, that's in that app.
Into the light.
You can go. You can go.
That's cool.
Manual control with some of the other things that are in here.
Oh, that's.
But I'll get some footage in this. I think we'll talk more about it on the next episode that we did. I know, it's incredible how wide it is, and it looks amazing. And I think going forward,
how do you attach it?
So what you do is you also have to buy a case that is for your phone.
Oh.
And the phone cases have the little lens attachments. Yeah.
That's cool. Holy shit.
I know. Here's the thing. Chad was the one who first started talking. He's like, I think I want to get some attachments for my phone.
Does Chad have that too?
He has the S9. So it's like almost the same. Okay. I think he's getting it.
Yeah.
No, he got something.
He got his stabilizer.
Oh, that's
which, talking about that, let me open my fanny pack. There you go.
Who knew that this fanny pack would work out so well?
This I need some training with before I really know what's going on.
This is a fucking stabilizer.
Is a stabilizer for it that so here. And you know, it's not really gonna work great right now, but it'll work.
So you don't have to buy an entire fucking harness is what you're saying.
Right.
So it's like a Steadicam, basically.
Yeah.
Yes. And so you know, you get it in there and then we just power it on. It's not really in place right now, but it takes a little training. Like, you do have to learn how to really use this thing, and I haven't done it. I've only started the tutorials and everything.
I better watch when I'm starting to drool over the lens.
There you go. So yeah, and as you can see, it
cool.
keeps it. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Oh my god.
How
much was that thing? Did you get it from the same site?
Give
me a list.
It's from a different company, but yes, that site does sell it.
Yeah, send me the receipt. Just give me the breakdown of everything.
Sure, I will. They also sell. Oh, it did come with other lenses like wide angle, telephoto, so we have options there. Yeah, but
so
we'll get more into this.
Be doing videos on the phone now.
We should. Yeah.
What about the sound though? Does the sound still
Funny you mentioned. I didn't bring it.
What do you have? A shotgun mic?
And actually, Nathan was asking too. Yes, I do. Okay. There's a new this is all. We'll talk more about this next time. The other equipment I got is a shotgun mic from Zoom. They were the ones that made our audio recorder.
Yeah.
Now they have a shotgun mic that plugs into a little cube, about that big. The cube itself is the recorder and runs on batteries. So you just hit record on the end of it. No wires needed. You just put it out, and there's your. This is why I wanted to talk to you guys about shooting some stuff again. We got this to shoot, and we got a microphone on the end of a pole, and that's it. Yeah.
Wow.
So
cool. I, for one, am very excited.
I think we can start shooting some stuff. There's actually the reason this was giving me some trouble is this lens is pretty heavy. So there's actually a whole counterweight you have to put like on here, but
on that side.
That's where I need the training. But hopefully I can do that next few weeks and we could get into this stuff more.
Remember when Chris got his the harness, the whole bodysuit and everything? It was great. The whole thing was great, but it was just like it took him
an hour to get dressed.
Yeah, literally. No, like in the beginning.
Nathan loves how you are right now, Jason. So does Horror Beauty Effects. How excited you were.
And don't you remember, Jason, eons ago when Russell was about to buy the Canon 7D back in the day, and I remember having these conversations. I know you and I had a conversation, me and Russell, and I'm like, because we were all going to talk about like pitching in and buying it as a collector.
I said I wasn't going to do that because I knew it was going to get sold.
Well, no, but because I remember my thing was is that where technology's going on the little still camera? Is that who knew?
Yeah.
And I remember when we were all fighting to just get that shallow depth of field. We couldn't believe how great it looked. Now I think we as just digital filmmakers are kind of at a point where we're like, all right, maybe we overdid it a little bit with the shallow depth of field. We're starting to pull back a bit, but all cameras now basically have some.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all you need is a little bit. Just a little.
Yeah, I see it.
You'll have audio, video gear. Well, we'll get into it more next time, Nathan. Before we end, we have to look at the latest episodes of the Jason Allen Toff Show.
Yeah. 2 episodes.
They were shot and done over the holidays. So the first one is Jason's Christmas episode. I thought this was very good. It's a little longer than most. It's like 2.5 minutes or so.
So yeah, I make a longer one. Now you're going to complain after you told me to make a longer video.
I wanted that. That's
okay, well, you got it.
Anything you want to say before people watch the latest?
All of the dialogue coming out of my daughter was ad-lib. She came up with it all on her own.
I want to see. I was amazed. I had missed her. I haven't seen her since she was like 3, and now she's
walking and talking. 5. She's like a human being.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
We saw her almost every other week for the first 3 years of her life.
Move the hell back.
And now we haven't seen her. We still saw her a bunch when we were living where we're living now. I want to come down sometime soon. Anyway, here's the episode. We'll mute our mics while this plays.
The
Arrange the house pieces face down on the surface. Pipe a thick line of icing on bottom and along the edge. Didn't use enough icing.
Daddy.
Yeah, honey.
You're doing good.
You're too nice.
Dad, it's harder when you do the roof.
I bet.
It's the hardest.
It has to harden before I put the roof on.
Dad.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. I gotta fix this.
Daddy, don't eat the candy.
All right, 1 second, honey. Needs more icing. That's the problem. Oh, all right. Okay, more icing over here. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. Whoop. No, enough icing on that side. All right.
Dad,
Yeah.
this is your first gingerbread house?
Yeah, I've never made one of these before. This is a first for Daddy, so if it looks a little lopsided, forgive me. So now we can just sit here for an hour and hope that it locks in place. Do the windows match on the box? I don't know if I did the windows right.
Why?
It looks like a crotch.
Mom, the side ones look like a crotch. Daddy, I rated this. Chips and salsa.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
I like chips and salsa.
I like chips and salsa too. Okay. All right, well, maybe if I let it dry in the one spot,
No,
it'll be okay.
it's falling out right now. The whole house is breaking. Look. Daddy! Daddy broke the whole house! Oh, no. Daddy, good luck.
Where are you going? Aren't you going to help me with it?
That was just a joke. I'm coming back.
All right, I don't know when this one ends. Jason, you can help me out here.
Oh, yeah.
After the copyright. All right, let me take that. Oh, good. So, they do kind of look crotch-like. It's true. It's true.
Yep.
That was funny. And yes, you're right. Your daughter, like...
Good comic timing.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed. Because even when she walked away at the end, it was her idea to build the damn thing. And I'm like, where are you going? And she just gave it right back to me. It was perfect.
Well, she's been listening to you for years, I think.
I guess. Probably.
I get, like... Even like you're very good with comic timing and
Yeah.
stuff. I think that has certainly rubbed off.
I have the raw footage to do 2 more, and one of them is something that you're
before
gonna
the next time
like.
we get together.
I have got to find time to put it together. That's
okay.
all. And then there's one more after that.
I like the was it somebody had mentioned? Oh, Nathan Sample saying it does look really hard to do. I always had a hard time with those things.
Yeah,
always.
That was my first time.
Yeah, I like that one. Good job.
Thank you.
Now the next one's a little bit more in line with the other ones, where it's very
zany.
That one felt like you were doing a real thing and then just kind of improvising as you went, right?
What?
For the most part, the one we just watched.
House?
Yeah.
That was just the camera was set up,
right,
and I was trying to build the fucking thing.
I liked it. The next one I like a lot because it's more you like actually shooting a thing.
Yes.
Well, here we go. Here is the most recent episode of Jason's show. Oh, that's an old one. Wait a minute. Why did it go to that one? Hang on. I just need to relink this file. Yeah, that was episode 3, the Tube Man. I'm glad I noticed. There it is. Okay. Maybe I didn't hit save on the last one. Let's try this again and go!
And I got the pictures. A dog? I don't even have a dog. Who are these people? A cat! I'm allergic to cats. I can't have a cat. These are not my pictures. I gotta go back to the store. How do you give someone the wrong pictures? Nobody pays attention anymore. Everybody's in a big friggin' rush. How does this happen? If I worked the way some people work, I wouldn't have a job. No quality control. We need this like a hole in the head with the holidays here. Oh, great. Now it's busy. Find smiles inside. Yeah, right. What do you do when you don't know the people who are smiling? All right, let's double check.
just in case. Okay. Okay, that's good. These people I know. All right, well, there's an hour of my time I'll never get back.
Why the hell are my eyes so freaking itchy? Where did you come from?
I love anytime you do effects.
Yeah, they were pretty funny. Well, originally they were bloody eyeballs, and my wife had warned me not to do that because it would scare the hell out of my daughter. And sure enough, I didn't listen, and my daughter like cried for 2 hours, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's horrible!" Like she was scared to death. Like this was hard. Like it looked like a Hollywood effect with the because what I did with the eyeballs on the whites of the eyes, and in Premiere, which I'm getting a little better with.
Oh, good.
I managed to expand it with the scale thing with the effects, and it looked like my eyes exploded. So she got really upset. And then we did fried eggs, and she didn't like that either, so she picked the cat emojis.
There you go.
I mean, it makes the most
sense.
You know.
Yeah, it was funny.
She made a good producer decision.
Yeah, and that was not my cat. That was some random footage I found and, stole.
You stole somebody's cat footage?
Yeah, it was just like a split second on cats that do zany things kind of thing, and I took a little snippet here, and then it worked out well where it rubbed up against the guy's leg, and I'm like, oh, well, you never saw my leg in the show, so it could work. It works. And it worked. It fit nicely.
Perfect.
How do you like that?
I like it.
Isn't that
See, this
great?
is why we need to be shooting stuff. We'll play your stuff if we ever actually all shoot something again.
I miss that. I miss when we used to do shit.
Well,
like
let's
that.
talk.
We should
when
get
we're
some
at
permits to
dinner
film
tonight.
on location. That'd be fun to film in like a restaurant or something. Like
That's
to
true.
actually do something fun.
Well, we can film in a restaurant down in Little Lake Harbor.
Oh, you know someone?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We could film something there. They'd let us.
We'll have.
Oh
catering, too.
yeah, now I remember. I saw
pizza
photographs of you all eating there, and I wasn't invited.
You
It's like
There were
I
no
don't live that
photographs of
far
me.
from
There were
there.
no photographs of me.
Not you. It was Chad, I think.
we were invited.
Oh, isn't that nice?
It's
Why wasn't
not
I
our place to invite you. It's his place.
Who's he?
James. He's the guy that owns the place.
Okay, I don't know James.
Exactly. You don't. He knows you
From this?
because we fought. Yeah, like this or like we talk about you. You know.
All
You
right.
come up in stories.
Hopefully, good things. I
He's
hope.
seen you in videos before that we've
Oh,
done.
all right. As that lunatic.
So. Hey, Husky.
Which
Well-
lunatic?
Me.
Oh, you. I'm like, what lunatic are you talking about?
You ready? You want to go get something to eat?
Get
Yeah,
some
I'm
food.
starving.
We're gonna go. What's the place called?
Chevrolets or something? What is it called?
Chevrolet.
No, Chevy's closed. What's
Yeah,
the name of it?
we're gonna try,
Rosalita's?
Rosalitas.
Rosalitas.
If it's even not stupid busy, which it might be.
Rosalitas.
New
Should I
place.
call?
No.
Why don't I call and see if they have a table
Because-
available?
No.
On the air.
No, don't.
No.
Don't.
No.
I mean,
Because
I would love you to.
Good evening. I'm wondering if you have a table for some.
Just don't give our names or anything so we don't know who we are when we show up.
Three vast gentlemen with large waistbands.
I think I know one of the partners of the that actually.
Hey,
owns
so
the,
maybe you could get us one of those senior tables, like premium seats. Free appetizers, something.
Is that a thing?
No.
No, I don't know. I'm making it up. But it would be funny.
All right.
Good evening.
only-
I'm just wondering if you have a seat available.
The
Table
only,
for three vast.
the only way it will work if you brought your diner card with you.
Do they even have diner cards anymore? Like
Is
the
that,
carte
that's got to
blanche
be
card?
a thing. I think it's a thing.
The
still.
Diners Club, yeah, that's a
Diner Club.
card. But do they still? They still appear in the logos on a door in a place.
Yeah, but
But
those
do
were
they
the
make them
original
it?
stickers.
Yeah, the stickers.
And everything. I think if
Carte blanche.
I
on that
think
card?
if you live in certain areas, I would think that.
Oh, Narwhal gave my link. That's
Perfect.
nice.
Everybody go over there
You
and
can go
subscribe.
subscribe to the Jason Allen Tough Show.
There you go.
That Jason laugh. Yep. Just
Well,
need
all
to-
I'm going to say about this new video, the one
Yes.
that you're going to like,
Okay.
is for Christmas, one of the items we received from my mother-in-law
Uh-huh.
was I guess, the box Nintendo emulator of old games.
Oh yeah.
So I have that, and it's all you need to know.
The NES Mini or whatever.
Yeah, whatever
I
it's
have that,
called,
yeah.
a Happy Box or
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Oh wait, it's not made by Nintendo.
No, it's some.
Did
other
you buy
thing.
Soulja Boy's console?
I don't know where it came from. I just got. So anyway, there's some games on there, and there's a video that involves one of the games. So
Okay.
it should be pretty funny.
All right. I like it.
So I just have to put it together. But there's one more in between that is scheduled, and it's regarding my gout.
All of you need to stack together in an overcoat and have Russ put on a false mustache to get a senior table.
A very large senior table with all
My goodness.
Is this place a chain?
Yeah.
Or is
No, it's independently owned.
I thought there were a few. I mean, it's like a
there's,
small
There's
chain.
one. There's a.
I gotta look this up.
No, there's a.
I know you don't like Fridays, but you don't have to rain on the parade.
I'm not rating on the parade. I'm trying to fucking say something.
Rain? No, Rosalita's.
Rain on the Rosalitas.
Hold on. Rosalita's.
Brick.
Did you want to do that?
Who cares? They know where we all
Oh
live.
God, it's typing everything I just said. Hold on. Rosalita's brick.
Now they know where you live.
All right. Let's see. Rosalita's. Oh, they have one in Englishtown also.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Oh, so it's just
It's
a
only
couple.
2 locations. What?
Visit brick location, roadside cantina.
The owner.
Now everyone can Google Maps it and see where we're going.
There's a group. Like there's an owner's group. And they all have like their own restaurants and they all have a piece of it. There's like I think there's like either 3 or 5 people that own it.
Shrimp.
So they have the Rosalitas, they have Trey.
Shrimp toast.
There's a couple restaurants in Freehold in that area.
They're a little pricey.
Are they pricey?
$17.
I've never been there.
Yeah, $17 for an entree.
Oh wait, that's like Fridays.
No, Fridays you get a sandwich for like $10.
Wait, what kind of entree are we talking about?
Oh, well, wait a minute. Polo mole, half chicken smothered in authentic Mexican
The
mole
Loco
sauce,
Pollo?
sprinkled with toasted pumpkin seeds over rice and Mexican street corn.
What kind of fancy place you taking us?
Half roasted chicken rubbed with rosy spice, served with Spanish rice. Did I tell you about the porn titles? That the one night I started reading adult movie summaries to my wife. We were up late, and I just started reading these summaries.
Oh, I remember you doing
We
this.
were cracking up because of the way I deliver things. Oh, we got to do that one day. That'd be a video alone, but I don't know if we violate YouTube.
Yeah, you do it on your own. YouTube's not friendly anymore.
Gluten-free upon request. Mexican street tacos. 2 flour tortillas with red onions, cilantro, lime, and the salsa verde.
What is so good about senior tables? We don't have them in the UK. We don't have them here. You made it up. This is no senior tables.
Kitchen sink burrito. It's $30. 5 pounds of chicken, beef, pork, beans, rice, cheese, sour cream, and guacamole.
But that's like everything.
I don't know if I want to go here.
$30 for that? Really?
Yeah.
But it's kitchen sink. They're throwing it's like
you go to Chipotle for the same thing for like
chicken flautés. Whole chicken rolled in a crispy corn tortilla, smothered in Mexican mole sauce, served with rice and beans.
Is everyone else hungry now? All right, come on, let's wrap this up. Let's go.
Half chicken rubbed with rosy spice. I read that already.
I farted, by the way.
Oh no. Goodness. Well, yeah, if you're already farting now, what are you going to do when you go leave this place?
I can't wait.
Oh, shit.
That popcorn shrimp does sound good, though.
I mean, we don't have to go.
What's with these weird prices?
Don't you get a half-price appetizer over at Applebee's now? Or is it because it's Friday night?
It's not 10
That's after 10 o'clock.
Oh, we can't wait that long.
Popcorn shrimp for $12.86.
That's ridiculous.
Chicken taquitos for $8.51. What are these prices?
If you don't
I feel
want
like you now. I feel like you now, but no, I legitimately mean that's a weird set of prices.
You get a very big mix over at like
empanadas, $8.31.
Are you? Yeah, okay. You that would just make it fun. Well, you want to go to the Steak and Lube?
Buffalo chicken tenders for $9.88.
Oh,
what are these prices? They don't make any sense.
Oh, now you're just making fun.
Now I am. You made me push into like
you made me push into what?
You want to push me into parody.
You want to go to Steak and Lube?
You just want to go to Steak and Lube again.
Well, it was good.
It was good.
After I poo-pooed it last time, it was actually very good.
You're right.
After you poo-pooed it?
This is bonus show now, by the way.
Loaded roadside fries, chili, jalapeno, bacon, and cheese sauce. Stuffed jalapenos. Fresh roasted and filled with sausage, cheese, sour cream, and chipotle aioli. Quesadillas.
Ooh la la.
Their mobile site's not good.
Who?
Their mobile site on Rosalita's is bad.
Showing up on the iPhone.
It just opened.
Chili con queso for $7.97.
Hawaiian pork burrito for $15.
That's a normal price, though.
Yeah.
For a burrito, $15.
No. What I'm talking about is how exact.
Served on a gold platter.
The way I'm talking about is the exact numbers that are all different. Like 86, 93,
hey, listen,
97. I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
I'm sorry. The White Castle didn't open yet. What do you want from me? Oh, yeah, you about the White Castle.
Yeah, I heard about the White Castle.
I'm so fucking excited.
Really?
I love White Castle.
I kind of like
And you know what the best part is?
Why?
You can get a brand new gym membership at LA Fitness and stare out the window to the brand new White Castle.
So wait, are you planning to join LA Fitness?
No, but I love it. I love the fact that somebody can be working out, staring out the window.
That is
and
heartless.
they can see the fucking White Castle.
That is heartless.
That wouldn't work on me.
I love it.
That wouldn't work on me because I'd be like, ugh, White Castle.
I would have to have a restroom nearby if I was going to eat White Castle.
I like their fries. I like their fries.
I love White Castle. Love it.
And they did have that shrimp thing, the popcorn shrimp one time. That was good. But I don't like their burgers. I think those things are disgusting. I see you. Like, what?
This is why you said that. It's fine. What's wrong with their burgers? They're okay.
I have a
just
funny
think they're
story about
disgusting.
White Castle.
But I know a lot of people like them.
So I went very quickly.
Where are we going? Are we going to Rosalita's or Steak
Let me
and
tell
Lube?
the story first, and then we'll figure it out.
The Steak and Lube, those little pickle chips were good too.
They were okay.
No, I like them.
So anyway, so it went to the LA premiere of Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, and genius marketing idea was they had probably the most beautiful women wearing skimpy outfits on the red carpet with hundreds and thousands of White Castle sliders going around, and who is walking in front of me, who I literally almost watched die on the red carpet? Drew Carey, of all people, standing on the red carpet. He's walking by, and one of the very pretty, attractive young ladies with the tray of sliders goes, and he goes, "Oh, of course." You know, trying to be all proud. He took one bite and he literally gagged and was choking on a White Castle slider. And he dropped, literally he was choking. And I'm just sitting there. Abby's next to me. My father, I don't know where my father was. I'm like, Drew Carey's going to die right in front of us. We might get on TV.
Oh, no, who would have followed up for Bob Barker then?
Yeah, that was before he got the show, I think.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
If he had died, who would have taken over?
On a White Castle burger at the red carpet.
Yeah, it was great.
You know,
Castle.
I never would have predicted how great a host of that show Drew Carey would
Oh,
become.
he is.
You're like,
you know
nobody
what's
can do it
great?
after Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Then he wasn't great at first.
Yeah,
but then
what
he
they
became
show?
amazing. Yeah.
Wednesday nights, they re-air the old Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
And stuff. That show's great.
Yeah.
Even the new ones are good.
Mm-hmm.
But the old cast of the fucking late 90s, early 2000s,
Yep.
it's still
Yeah, it's
great.
still
I miss the old British host.
The British one was good too.
I miss the host from that one.
With Ryan Stiles and
the cast obviously all the same. I know that eventually with Drew Carey taking over and
yeah, well, they Americanized the whole thing.
and
too.
they also got the one who does Lana's voice on Archer, who I can't remember her name.
Alicia Taylor? Aisha Taylor?
Aisha Tyler. Yeah, she did it, and even then it was still good. It's just a good
still
show.
Good. It's
But I miss that original
really
British
funny.
guy a lot.
Do you want to open it up for a vote and ask them where we should go eat? Should we go to Rosalita's, Quaker Steak and Lube?
We don't even know if one of them's
Fridays,
going to be too
Applebee's?
busy or not.
might all be busy.
Quaker Steak and Lube is always dead.
I think they do make new episodes of Who's Line right now.
Yeah, they do.
Are you saying
They do.
It's Aisha Tyler. I think it's currently going.
I thought we'd
I
try
think.
something new, and that's a new.
Did you see the prices there, Tom?
Yeah, my God, you'll spend $6.37 at this place.
Or $9.82.
Do you want to go?
Why? I bet you could get a steak there for $21.52. Yes.
Maybe what they do is with the bill, when you get all the stuff together, they add it up, and then they have the cents on the side. I don't know. Maybe it needs to I have no freaking Maybe it's like one of those combo meals. Like you order a drink and some accoutrement. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Where do you want to go? Rosalita's, or you want to go?
Let's try Rosalita's first.
I'm all for Rosalita's.
Where the hell is it?
It's in Brick
Right
Plaza.
next-
Don't say that. You tell people
Right
where we
next
are.
to Quaker Steak and Lube.
Don't say that. They're gonna look it up on the map.
No, they can
find out where we are.
Go.
Look on Street
Everybody,
View.
Street View Brick Plaza in Brick, New Jersey. You'll see where we're going. Street View. It's down there. They don't know where we're...
Oh, you know, it'd be funny.
What?
No, never mind. I'm not
To
going
live stream in the restaurant?
No, I'm not going to say my idea because
What was your idea?
I have a feeling that it'll actually happen and it might embarrass the hell out of us. All right, I'm not doing it.
No.
All right, let's go.
What
Let's
are we
wrap
gonna
this up.
do?
Nothing.
Oh yeah,
Nothing.
better not to say anything.
Nothing.
You'll never leave to eat at this rate. You're right, Narwhal. We gotta go. Everybody, thanks. I'm glad we were able to get back to do this show. It's been far too long.
What just happened? Did you go away?
Tuck?
What?
Did you pull out the wire? Oh, come on.
No, he's good.
Oh, okay.
A window changed. I thought maybe we lost the camera
shut
again
the
for a
lights?
sec, but we
I'm
didn't.
looking for the
Yeah,
switch.
could you hit that light off?
Where's the switch?
On the back of it.
Oh, Jesus. I have to get up for that.
Okay, don't then.
All right, I'll just
Oh,
try it.
there.
And we'll see you hopefully in a few weeks, people. We'll
Where's the switch?
we'll get more acquainted with this new.
Where's the switch? Whoops.
Whoa, changing the color temperature over there.
Where's the switch?
That's not
Switching
top.
between the
Is
knobs
there
there.
a button? Oh,
Yeah, that's there. Okay, there you go.
Whoa! Oh, it's hot.
Darker.
It's hot.
God, yeah. Oh, you do look pale again. So it was the lighting.
It was.
I
Yeah.
thought you had looked all
It's
refreshed.
a glow that I had. All right, everybody. So we'll see you probably in a few weeks. Don't know when the next one will be. Just pay attention to all of
We'll
our.
be back.
I always post it on Twitter. You post it on Twitter.
Guys, do me a favor. I don't know. I don't know. It's very odd. I don't like it. But if you guys are gonna add me on Twitter or something, tell me that, hey, I watched the show with Russ, Jason, hey Killer, or
At Immortal Tuck, right?
Yeah, or I don't know.
I think it's at Immortal Tuck. I'm pretty sure.
Something like that.
You don't even know your Twitter handle?
I don't.
Maybe
even
it's
remember.
time for a change.
Well, no, because I get I shut all the notifications off, and occasionally when I go on, it says, "Oh, you have like a few notified. Oh, so and so is following you," and I'm like, I don't know you, so I don't. If you want me to follow you back, just tell me, "Hey, I watched the show on YouTube." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool," and I'll follow.
Now
you.
you're not going to get any followers, and I don't want to deal with all that shit.
I'm at Russ_maybe. You are
Jason Allentoff, just my name.
There you go.
Immortal Tuck.
See you next time, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.